welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hey, how you doing? My name is Ash. I am a makeup artist, a book lover, a Pokemon lover, and today's video is all about the new Colourpop Pokemon collection, and I'm going to do 2 looks, so stay tuned for that. So I knew that Colourpop was going to do a Pokemon collab a while ago because they kind of teased about it. It was kind of leaked a little bit that they were doing it, and I am just so excited for this entire collection. If you know, you know I am a huge, and I mean huge, Pokemon fan. Half of my right leg is taken up with Pokemon tattoos, and I just love it. I played the games, I watched the show. The only thing I don't do anymore is collect the cards. I don't do that anymore. But for this video, I am doing 2 looks, and then in a future video, I'm going to be doing 3 more looks with this palette because I feel like I'm going to be obsessed with this. So before we jump into this first look, which is what you're seeing right now, it's a little Pikachu inspired look, I'm going to go over the swatches and everything in here. So what you're going to see on the screen, I'm sorry if you hear a bird, I want to do something to these birds that's not polite. Okay, I'm trying to get this bird to go away from my AC. My AC is right up here, and it won't go away, and it's driving me crazy. So if you hear chirping, I apologize, but I literally cannot do anything about these goddamn little birds. Anyways, you're going to be seeing on the screen the packaging and the swatches that I did, and I will be honest, I love everything, and I am terrible at swatches. I just am. So in the collection, there are 3 Transforming pH lip balms. You have 3 Pokemon associated with these. You have Jigglypuff, Pikachu, and Ditto. The Jigglypuff one is called Sing. The Pikachu one is Thunderbolt, and Ditto is Transform. These are very comfortable on the lips, and I'll be honest, the colors don't seem that much different. So I really don't think it's necessary to have all 3, but they are absolutely gorgeous, and I am just obsessed with them and the packaging. I'm going to keep like all the boxes. And then there are 3 ultra glossy lips. This is the Evolution Lip Trio, and you get the Thunderstone, which is for Jolteon, Firestone for Flareon, and a Waterstone for Vaporeon. And these are very comfortable, they're very pretty, they have a little bit of sparkle in them, but I absolutely love these, and the packaging is just like 10 out of 10. And some of the prettiest things they have are the Instant Crush Cream Blushes. There are 3 in the collection, and of course my favorite is going to be the Pikachu one. This is Electro Ball. This is a very bright, very beautiful red. Then you have the Clefairy one, which is in the shade Metronome. This is a very light, very pretty pink. And then you have the Gengar one, which is called Hypnosis, and this is a really deep purple color, but it does sheer out to be more of a just very nice berry color. I am blown away by these. These look wonderful, and I am just impressed with all of them. And then there is the Eurocatch Berry Lip Mask. This packaging is some of the best packaging. It is just so adorable and cute, and I am going to keep this long after it's used up. I love their lip mask. They're very comfortable, and I love the packaging for this. 10 out of 10. And then there are 3 Super Shock Shadows for the original 3 starter Pokemon. So the Bulbasaur one is Solar Beam. That is a beautiful light green. And then the Squirtle one is Hydro Pump. This is a really pretty blue. And my favorite is probably the Charmander one. This is Flamethrower. That is just a really pretty orangey red. I love it. The most exciting thing is, of course, this palette. It is called Pallet Town, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not mad about it not having a mirror. I actually like that it has a bunch of the other Pokemon on it. It's so adorable, and I really like the color story on here. So I can't for the life of me ever swatch an entire palette in one go on my arm, and I do have tattoos, so it kind of screws up some of it. So you're going to see the first 2 rows, and then the second 2 rows, and then individually I swatch them all on my hand. The color story in here is just so pretty. It's so well done. I really like the mix of formulas in here, and I'm just thrilled with this. I just truly am. Moving into my hand swatches, I will admit, not the best. Not the best, but it is what it is. The first shade is Evolution. This is a really pretty shimmery shade. And then you have Celadon City. This is a really pretty green. It is absolutely beautiful. And then Jelly Donut is a little bit of a pink reflect. It looks white, but it does reflect pink. Gem Leader is absolutely gorgeous. It is a little bit more chunky in the formula, but it is stunning. Fossil is a really pretty matte shade that is great in the crease. And then Elite 4 is just a really great shimmer. Cerulean City is a beautiful blue. You couldn't have any other shade for Cerulean City. Tall Grass is the next one. This one is just a really nice green. Blasting Off, of course, in reference to Team Rocket. This is a gorgeous purple. Again, it's a little bit more chunky. It's not as smooth as like Jelly Donut or Evolution. And then you have Pokemon Center, which is pink, which ties into Nurse Joy. If you know, she has pink hair and I love it. It's a beautiful shade. Vermilion City is this beautiful shimmery orange, and you move on to Saffron City, which is this kind of a matte yellow with sparkle throughout it. SS Anne is also another beautiful blue, and then Viridian City is this beautiful shimmery green. And Lavender Town is a really nice matte purple. Fuchsia City is a really beautiful fuchsia-y color. I Choose You is one of my favorite shades, and it's the only shade that is embossed, and this is just a gorgeous shimmery red. Champion is also a gorgeous shimmery yellow. And then you have Indigo League, which just ties into the name. It's an indigo blue and it has a little bit of shimmer through it. Fainted is a really deep dark green. It leans almost black, but it is a dark green. Drying Pan is just a really dark shimmery purple. Pewter City is really interesting. It is a very light gray with a little bit of sparkle throughout it. Cinnabar Island is also a favorite in this palette. It is a very deep brown with shimmer all throughout it, and it just looks stunning. And then Trainer's Path is just a great everyday neutral deeper brown, and the palette is kind of worked out with vertical rows where you can kind of do like a monochromatic look by just going down the lines, and I am absolutely loving this. Alright, so that is the entire collection. When I finish my second look, I will do a more thorough review of this, but I do think that this is going to be one of my favorite collections to date. I'm just obsessed with it. I just love this so much. I am not gonna ever shut up about how much I love this. I'm very happy with this, and I'm glad that they didn't screw up my order and they packed it all correctly. I know this intro is a little longer because of all the swatches and everything, but I'm not gonna drag this out any further, so I'm gonna just hop into doing look 1 and then we'll move on to look 2 and then wrap up this video. But I am so happy. I'm just so happy I have this. Alright, I'm going to just jump into this and get started. If I sound a little weird, I did work all morning and I am tired. Very, very tired. But I have part of my makeup done already because like I said, I went to work and my face makeup has been on a while. I touched up my concealer here for my glasses, and all I have on is my tinted moisturizer, some powder, concealer, a little bit of highlight, and some faux freckles, and then I did my brows. So I did not contour or blush because I wanted to play with the blushes. These are just so cute. I think I want to go in with the Electro Ball one, which is Pikachu. I love this so much. This is such a beautiful shade, so I am going to go in with that, but I am going to do my bronzer first. I might as well just do it on camera too. It's going to be nothing new. It's going to be my NYX contour stick and the Nabla powder. I am going to do this first and then go in with the blush. Maybe I shouldn't film today. My brain is like, Anyways, I am going to go in with the setting spray first, just to sort of refresh my makeup. This is the LHA Beauty Glow Off Makeup Setting Spray. Has, you shake it, and like it's shimmery. I love it. So pretty. Just do a very good soaking of my face, just so everything looks a little bit more refreshed. Also, I have only these nails done. The ones I had on my thumbs popped off at work. But I'm gonna go in with the contour. I barely have anything left in here. I love that. I love them using up my makeup. Do a little bit on my nose. I have a couple breakouts happening. Love that for me. I just blend this out with a brush. If you can hear the birds, we just had a pretty bad storm and now the birds are out again. I think it's gonna storm again at some point, which is fine. I like a good storm. For these blushes, there is on the back, it says to use, you tap and blend onto cheeks with fingertips or synthetic blush brush and layer as desired for a bolder color. I am going to just try this with my finger first, and I'm just going to tap that on. Ooh, that's so pretty. There is no mirror in here, but you get all these different pictures of Pikachu, and I'm fine with that. I love Pikachu. I'm not applying that the best, but it is applying very beautifully. Such a soft, beautiful color. And obviously you can build this up. Just a little on my nose. I actually really like that. You would think that this would be like a scary color because it's like a bright red, but it blended out pretty well and I'm so happy with that. And yes, I'm putting everything back in the packaging because it's just too cute not to. And of course, I'm just going to touch up my highlighter. And then we'll get into all the fun stuff. I do think I want to go in with a brush and just do a little bit more blush. This is a Hank & Henry brush. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's a synthetic brush, which hopefully will work with this. So I'm just going to swirl in. I swear there's like a bird right on my AC and it's driving me crazy. Just load it up and just do a little bit of another layer of this. I don't mind going like super heavy on blush. I think it looks cute and I really like this color. So finger and brush work pretty well. I'm happy with that. Before I do anything further, I am going to put a little bit of this lip mask on. This is so cute. I am obsessed with it. It does say it's a berry lip balm, but I don't really smell berry. Honestly, it kind of smells like Captain Crunch to me. But I'm a big fan of Colourpop's lip mask, so I know I'm going to love this one. You know, it tastes like berry. It doesn't smell like berry. Well, it kind of does. I will let that sink in and then I will try out one of these. I'll be honest, when I swatch these, there is a very, very tiny difference between each of these, but they pretty much are going to look the same. I just adore the packaging. And then there's these glosses, but I will try those on later. But now it's time for the eyeshadow palette. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do for my look. I love that they did a bunch of the Pokemon here. I love the color selection and I am just so excited for this. But first, priming. You know the drill, my Anastasia eye primer. I do have some leftover concealer on my eye from this morning. It is what it is. I wish I could just get rid of these birds. I turned the AC on and then they kind of left. So let's get started. You know what? Let's try and make a Pikachu look. I've seen a few that Colourpop has shared. So if the one that I come up with looks like anything, I will throw up a photo of the inspo. I'm going to start with the shade Fossil and I'm going to put that all on my crease. Don't know if I'm going to get to any of the Super Shock shadows today. Those will probably be in future looks. And this is just an old Morphe brush, the R37. I am pretty sure that I am going to enjoy this palette thoroughly. As I've stated many times before, I am a huge Pokemon fan. I have been since I was a very young child, and you know, I still play the video games and I am looking forward to the new Pokemon game that was announced. I'm just so excited for Pokemon. I don't think I will ever get sick of it. That is just a very simple light shade just to blend in the crease. I'm happy with that. I think the star of the show though is going to be this yellow, which is Saffron City. I'm going to just pick that up with my finger and then I'll go in with a brush and just put that all over the lid. Brush would have been better to grab first. This is a Langer Beauty LBE5 brush. I'm just going to further pack that shade on. I'm not bringing it too high up. I just really want it just all over the lid. And it does have like a little bit of sparkle in it. Are you zoomed in enough? I feel like I'm so far back. Yeah, just popping that all over. I'm not really worrying about blending it yet. I'm gonna go into this other yellowy gold. This is Champion. This is more of a just straight up like shimmer. Tap that just right in the center and kind of just scatter it all over, but majority in the center. It just gives it a little bit extra sparkle. I'm gonna go back in with Fossil and that first brush I used and just really just blend this out just a little bit, make it a little bit more seamless, and just kind of build up that color just a bit. I'm also gonna take Fossil on the same brush. I'm going to just squeeze it and then run this on my lower lash line. That's also a tip if you don't have a brush for your lower lash line. Take your blending brush and squeeze it and just rub it that way. And I'm going to go in with the shade Trainer's Path. And I might dip a little bit into Cinnabar Island just for a little bit more depth. That one is a shimmer though, and this is a Game Beauty EO5 brush, so it's a little flat. You can use any small brush, and I am going to try to do Pikachu's tail by doing a little bit of a shadow line. I'm going to bring that a little bit on the lash line. So first like a small baby wing and bring it like a V like that. Something like that. Kind of wish I would have done it a little bit further out. It is what it is. Something like that. Very simple. Let's see if I can match it on this eye. Even enough. Obviously you can clean this up with some concealer if you would like. I'm gonna leave it how it is because this side looks good. And this is the side that I photographed. That's cute. I'm also gonna take a little bit of Trainer's Path just with the same brush and run this on my lower lash line just to give a little bit more definition. I personally don't like leaving my lower lash line like super blank. Just a little bit. You can kind of see the difference. It just looks a little bit better. Now going back in with that brush that I used with Saffron City, I'm going to pick up just a little bit more and I'm going to tap that right down here. Just for a little something something. I'm also going to just flip that over and go in with Champion and just tap that on top. Alright, with a little baby brush like this is the Morphe E36, I am going to go into the shade I Choose You, which I'd like to point out that this shade is the only one that had an embossing in it, and it had a little, Pokeball. I think it would have been fun if they would have embossed more, but honestly it doesn't really matter since that just disappears as you use the palette. I'm getting it right on the tip of the brush, because I'm going to put it like here as like Pikachu's cheeks. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. Press and stamp and then, oh, that's so cute. Press. I'm going to do like a little wiggle. Oh, I love that. But I feel like I need something else on my lower lash line. Like, I like that. But I don't know. I feel like I need something more. So I'm going to go back in with Trainer's Path and I'm going to just further just drag this over. And I think I am going to dip into a little bit of Cinnabar Island on the same brush. And just kind of trace what I did for the tail. Yeah, that just gave it a little bit more depth. I'm going to go back into that first brush and dip a little bit into Trainer's Path. I'm going to just kind of work that here. Just I feel like I need a little bit, something more. Like that, yes. Alright, I think this is all I'm going to do for this first look. I will be putting on a little pair of lashes and something in my waterline and mascara and all that. But I'm going to wipe out the lip mask. I'm going to go in with the Thunderbolt one. This is so pretty. But like I said, this just shows up the same as the other ones pretty much. But I just love how this looks. I love how this feels also. It feels like really great. So it goes on clear and then it will kind of adjust to your pH. I will say with these, I don't know if it's just me personally, but sometimes they can look a little patchy. But maybe my body is just off. But I am really enjoying how this looks. So let me hop off and finish my makeup and then I'll be back to show you the finished look. Alright, and here is the finished look. I think that this looks so cute. I feel like I could have done it a little bit better, but I am just, I love this. I think I'm going to be obsessed with this palette. I want to use it all the time. And while I was finishing up this makeup, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a second look. And then I'm going to do a second video where it's 3 looks with 1 palette. And I am just so excited for this. Real quick, I will go over what I did in my waterline and tightline. I went in with the Colourpop liners. I did Swerve, which is their black. I did on the outer half, and then I tightline with this, and then I went in with Castello just on the inner corner. I went in with the Likely Makeup Sleepy Starlet lashes, and then for my mascara I used the Rare Beauty whatever this mascara is called. I topped off the lip balm with the Thunderstone lip gloss. So pretty. I love this little set. But I really like this look. I think it's super cute. Let me know what you think. But let's just go into look number 2 now. Hopefully tomorrow when I film I can just play with all the colors. I'm so excited. Alright, so I did already do my base makeup and I'm just going to go over what I used in the Pokemon collection because I had to kind of split up my filming today because I had to take my cat to her vet appointment and she was acting so scared. Very sad. She's never usually that scared, but it was just a checkup to reassess her abscess. But yeah, she's doing okay. She has another appointment in 6 months to check for the heart murmur, which they did detect again today, but they do think that it was due to stress because she was way more scared this time around than last time. Makeup. I went in with like pretty much the same base that I did for the first look, and for the blush I did go in with the Metronome shade. This is just a really light pink, and I'll be honest, applying it, I don't think I like it that much. Like, it's pretty, it's cute, but it's super, super light, and I don't know if I was just applying it wrong because I tried it with a brush, I tried it with my finger, and I just wasn't liking the effect of it. It looks fine now, but like in general, I just wasn't that much into it. And then I thought it would be fun to try some of the eyeshadows as a highlighter. So I first went in with the shade Evolution, which may have been a little bit of a mistake because that is more of a pigmented base, but it reflected so nicely, like it was pretty, but it does leave a little bit of a cast. Then I thought to jump over to Jelly Donut, which is just that really light pinky shifty shade, and put that on top, and that was a good move. I like that. And I decided to go in with one of the Transforming PH lip balms. I chose Jigglypuff, which is Sing, and this is actually really pretty. It's comfortable on. Mine has worn off a little bit since the vet visit, but it is pretty. I will say that these look a little bit different swatched on the lips versus on just your hand. But with that being said, this is my base makeup, and let's just jump into the eyeshadow. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. I know I want to use shades in here, and I want to use one of the Super Shock shadows. So I'm going to go ahead and prime with my Anastasia Eye Primer. If my concealer looks a little extra creasy today, I don't know why that is. It just is. Alright, I am all primed. I think I want to play with like the purples and pinks. I think that's the vibe. So I'm going to start with Pokémon Center, which is a beautiful light pink. And I just have a big fluffy brush. This one is from Colourpop. I will say that these shadows are very, there's a lot of kickback to it, so you gotta be careful with that. So I'm just going to fluff this all in the crease. Someone's gonna have to tell me, do you like really zoomed in or do you like zoomed out? I'm just going to start to just build this in the crease. It is a super light shade, so you do have to build it up if you want it to be very impactful, but if you just want this as a transition shade, it's going to work well for that. Now I'm going to go into Lavender Town, and I'm going to focus this also in the crease. And to do so, this is a shadow brush from Real Techniques. So just a little bit of that, and I'm going to focus this kind of just right in here. I love pinks and purples together. So pretty. I think I might use the Charmander shade for the Super Shock shadow. I think that'll look pretty with this. I'm going to go for like a sunset vibe. Why not? I'm really liking this purple, and I think Pokémon Center will just blend this out even further and make it look a little bit more like a gradient. Now, I will say I do really like the first look I did, the like Pikachu inspired look. I felt so cute in that, but it didn't really showcase the full potential of this palette. So I decided to do multiple looks. So the goal between this video and the next one that I film with the 3 looks with this palette is to use every single shade, every single product, every single Super Shock, and then go from there. I'm going to go back into Pokémon Center just to help blend this out a bit. Another thing that I like about this palette is like it leans almost a little bit like half pastel, and I am just really into that. I love having all these tones to play with. Of course you can like make a rainbow out of it, and I love that. But I'm just going to keep blending this Pokémon Center shade until I am happy with how this looks. I am going to pop down to Fuchsia City, and I'm gonna start that on like the outer corner, and this is a Moda Pro detail brush. But you know what, maybe if I do like that and leave the center open, maybe. Like I said, half the time I do my makeup I don't have a plan in my head, so I just wing it as I go. But I think that just makes it more fun. But I think this was a good choice so far. Probably a little bit of a risk. I'm going to go into Drying Pan here, which is a very interesting, very pretty, deep shade. I'm going to take a little bit of it, just a little bit. This is a Milani, it's supposed to be a crease brush. I would not use this in my crease. Dip that lightly in there and just get a little bit, because this does have shimmer in it. I'm just going to just stamp that just to add a little bit of depth to it and not really worry about too much of the like shimmer. It's more just for the color that's underneath the shimmer. You can see how that just adds a little bit extra. And I love that. You know what? I thought this would work. I think this one, the Squirtle Hydro Pump one, I think that one would work better. It's like right in the center. I think that that would be wonderful. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Lavender Town and just kind of intensify basically the center here and just sweep that all around. I'm going to go in now with this Hydro Pump one. I'm going to try it with my finger first. I may not get the best application with my finger because of my nail. Should have just took my nails off, but I didn't want to. Oh yeah, I love that. I'm trying to get it just right in the center, and then I'll take a brush to kind of finesse it. I'm going to go in with a little brush. This is actually a concealer brush from Ruby Kisses. Just pick up that. Ooh, so pretty. I'm going to focus that and like blend it into the inner and outer corner just slightly. I just really want that pop right in the center. I thought it's so cute. I will probably go in and touch it up a little bit more with my finger later on. So I'm going to go back in and mix Fuchsia City and Drying Pan and just add that just for a little extra blend. I feel like I need a little bit more there. Something like that. And I'm just going to go back in with Lavender Town and load up my brush and just do a further blend all around. Okay, I'm going to take the same brush, same shade Lavender Town. I'm going to run this all across my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with Hydro Pump. Just do a little bit right in the center on the lid just to intensify that. And I'm going to very carefully take a little bit right there. So I'm going to go back in with that crease brush and pick up a little bit of Fuchsia City and just add that to kind of connect it to the top here. I kind of don't want to put it on the inner corner there or towards the inner corner. I just want it like on the outside. Focus. Thank you. My camera has been acting funny with the focusing and it's driving me insane. Now I'm going to go in with this flat brush and I'm first going to go in with Jelly Donut and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. For my inner corner I'm going to put Blasting Off because I just need to use that. Although Gym Leader's really pretty. Jelly Donut first, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with this. Or at least try to highlight my brow bone with this. Same brush, I'm going to try to pick up Blasting Off. Like I said, this one is a little bit like chunkier, but like it's so pretty. I do think that this would look better on the lid. I may be kind of not liking this for my inner corner. Yep, so I'm going to go top that with Gym Leader. Same brush. Better. I don't think that these two shades are technically like pressed glitters because they don't feel like just a pressed glitter, but they do feel chunky. I don't know how I feel about them. They are pretty though. I think for the most part I'm done with the shadow. So I am going to hop off and do maybe a small wing or something to hide my lash band, something in my waterline, and then I will throw on one of the lip glosses and I'll be back to show you the completed look and then wrap up this video because I love this. I feel so cute. Alright, and here is the finished look. I really like how this came out. I apologize if you hear the mother effing birds. So sorry about that. But I'm going to go over what I did. So I went in with the NYX Cosmetics Chill Blue Epic Wear Liner in my waterline. And I used the Colourpop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Swerve to tightline the upper line and do a little bit of a line on the top line. I ended up not going in with a wing. I used the Ruby mascara that I still to this day don't know the name of. And then for my lashes, I went in with a pair from the Creature Cosmetics and Trick or Treat collection. This is the style Danielle. And my lips are a combo of the Colourpop Ashton Lip Liner and then the Waterstone Ultra Glossy Lip. So this is the look. Let me know what you think of it and let me zoom out so I can wrap up this video and give you my full thoughts on this collection. I have to pin my hair back because it is driving me absolutely crazy. It just has a mind of its own. But let's go over this collection. So I'm going to go from my most favorite to my least favorite item in this collection. And hands down, my number one is this palette. It's just so pretty. I love that it's rainbow, but there's, you know, different depths of color. I love the different formulas, the shimmers, the mattes. Everything is so pretty and I can't wait to use this more. And I absolutely love the packaging. I love all the Pokemon here. I love the starter Pokemon on the front. I love that it's called Pallet Town. I hope that if they come out with another Pokemon collection, they do like Gen 2, Gen 3. Gen 3 is technically like my favorite. Like nothing will beat Gen 1, but like Gen 3. Those games were my favorite, but I absolutely love this. I feel like the shadows perform just as well as their other palettes and I am just thrilled with this. As for the Super Shock shadows, obviously I only used one in this video, which was Hydro Pump. Future video I will be using these two, but these swatch beautifully. I love the blue that I did for this look. I feel so pretty in this, and Super Shock Shadow, the formula is very comparable to what I remember them to be. I actually don't reach for my Super Shock shadows in general. I have a lot in my drawer that are just dried out, but I love these. I love the packaging, and I can't wait to use, especially the Charmander one. Like, I'm very into that color, but like they're all stunning in their own way, and like these are my next favorites. I gotta give a shout out to the lip mask. This is so cute. I love the size of it. I love how it looks. It is just the perfect little Pokeball. I love their lip mask. It feels very comfortable. I absolutely love this, and the packaging is just 10 out of 10. I keep saying I'm gonna save all the packaging, but like it's so much of a hassle to get things in and out, but like it's so cute. It's so cute. I'll at least hold on to it for a couple months. And then you have the pH Transforming Lip Balms. These are adorable. I will stand by what I said, that you don't technically probably need all three because the color differences aren't that intense. But I did notice when I was trying a few on my lips, the color difference is a little bit more apparent on the lips versus swatches on my hand. So keep that in mind if you're interested in it, but for the most part it's just gonna transform into like a pinky shade. It's just gonna be a different level of pink. These are adorable. I absolutely love the packaging, like 10 out of 10. This is probably like my favorite packaging that they did with this collection. The Glossy Lip Trio, I like these. I'm not like that big into the ultra glossy lips, I'm be honest. I don't really also typically go for colored lip glosses, but it's such a subtle color that it's okay with me. I really enjoy this. I think I'm gonna get the most use out of Thunderstone just because it's gonna be a little bit more almost wearable. Like the one I have on now is obviously Waterstone, so it has a little bit of a blue reflect in it, but I'm not mad at it. It's very cute, and the packaging, also 10 out of 10. Love that. And I'm sad to say that the cream blushes are my least favorite in this collection, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. I do like them, especially the Pikachu one. I still have to use the Gengar one and I used the Clefairy today, but I will say the Pikachu one that I tried, it blended out very well. It was very smooth on the skin. It lasted the entire day, and I really like the color for that one. I have a feeling that I'm really gonna like Gengar when I try it just because I love those shades of blushes. But then Metronome, the Clefairy one, I had a little bit of trouble using it today. Like it looks okay right now, but like it's such a subtle one. But I tried it with a brush and with my finger, and like it just wasn't working that well for me. But I can't be mad at Pikachu. So yes, these are on the bottom tier for me, but they're not bad. They're just not my favorite compared to literally everything else in the collection. I hate my hair. It's not any better. So I will say overall, I absolutely love this collection. I am just a huge fan of Pokemon and Colourpop, and the fact that they combined and did a collection that actually turned out very well. I like that. I'm very into it. I will admit I haven't been too impressed with Colourpop's latest launches just because they've been kind of like a hit or miss. Color story wise, what they're releasing and everything, it's just kind of a little bit boring. This is fun, very much up my alley. I'm into it, I'm happy with it, and I can't wait to see if they come out with something else. Like I said, I would love to see a Gen 2, a Gen 3, do all the gens. I wouldn't be mad at that. But let me know, did you pick up this collection? I know when it launched on Colourpop, a lot of the items sold out within minutes, and then a couple days later they launched in Ulta. And I have seen that some people were able to find some of the items in store at Ulta, so if you weren't able to get it when it launched, you might have an opportunity later on. And Colourpop of course does typically do a relaunch like they did with Twilight and some other collections. They will do a relaunch at some point when they have more stock. But don't fret if you didn't get this collection, you will have an opportunity later on. But this entire collection just makes me so happy. I've been kind of in a slump lately, and this collection is just making me feel a little bit more invigorated with everything. So with that said, I hope you liked this video. I know it's going to be a little bit of a longer one, but I really wanted to get in depth with the swatches and a little bit of a review and 2 looks. So you can look forward to an additional 3 looks eventually. I'll probably use this palette again over on TikTok and Instagram. But let me know, which look did you like more? Did you like the first one or this one? I personally liked the first one a lot more. I felt very, very cute in that. But this one is also pretty in my opinion. But I think that's everything. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you want, you can follow me on my other socials. I'm artistryxashh everywhere. And if you want any book content, I am Ashley with 2 H's that reads on TikTok and Instagram. I hope you liked this video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And just thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're seeing this. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye!